grassroots activist Victor Ochen has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. According to the African Leadership Institute, at 33 years old, he is the youngest African to be nominated for the award.
When I won the Commonwealth Youth Worker of the Year 2015, and as well as the African Regional Youth Worker of the Year, I was inspired to hold the two trophies at hand. I took a bit of second to reflect if it were me that I was deep down from my communities in northern Uganda, I would be known and be given this space. I knew I was not the most likely candidate to win it, but I think it doesn't matter where you are, what you do. It's all about how significant your work brings about transformation in a society.
Victor Ochen inspired a long journey of advocating for the rights of war victims.
There's no better sustainable energy or renewable energy than the energy of young people. And if you're looking into the future, it's an opportunity that we bring the youth work as a meaningful commitment.
It's high time something good came out of northern Uganda.
The African Youth Initiative Network at this crucial moment in Uganda's history.
I was inspired that despite the hardship I have seen in life, I reached a point of saying, I am sick and tired of my own suffering. I was living the life of war, fear, death, surviving every day. And I wanted to live a life of freedom, peace, justice. To come out of that hardship is not easy. But what kept me moving, I reached a point of saying, I need to look up to myself. I consider myself as responsible. So to me, wherever I am today is not a privilege, it's a responsibility. I lived it, I survived it, I should help the people who are living the life I lived not so long ago. And that's why I am quite passionate, I'm involved, I work so much, and I speak for the voices of the people who are victims of war. It concerns me to see the life I lived not so long ago is still being lived in my country, in my neighboring countries, in South Sudan, in Burundi, in Congo, in Central African Republic. We are having a society, a community, a continent that is shattered with bloodsheds all over. And that's why I think it's a responsibility for me to be part of the change I seek in Africa.
When I met Victor, I saw a direct connection and relevance between the yesterday of Gandhi, the today of Victor.
I was so scared, I was so afraid, but what I did was to form the Peace Club in the camp. Primarily the Peace Club was to help me work to mobilize my friends, to discourage them from picking up the weapons to fight, because I knew this was the reasons why the suffering was continuing, because everybody had resorted to fighting. And I took on an initiative that was not popular at all, because you couldn't talk about peace. And I was living in a society where there's low level of security, low education, low opportunities, low income, low self-esteem, and it's a society of suffering. And that's what I said, I cannot see this and do nothing about it. How do we make peace and justice a reality? We focus more on supporting the victims of war, looking for people who have been mutilated, gunshots, people who are living with chronic war wounds, women who are sexually abused, girls who are abducted and raped, became child murders. We started providing them medical and psychosocial rehabilitation. The lips, nose, ears were cut off.
This place was a camp during the LRA war. So when you want to escape, you are shot by the gun. Others who are abducted were cut by panga up to death and pick them, threw them in the fire, so they burned inside. Other people were beaten with the stick. And these young children were slipped into pieces and threw them in the fire.
And we had to support, took them to the hospital. We started by riding bicycles, suffering in the long distance riding bicycles to mobilize these people. And we continued. To date, I'm happy to say that our work that continued then has helped us provided reconstructive surgical repairs to over 9,000 people in northern Uganda. This is the justice I was looking for. This is the peace I was looking for. We worked with them and they were part of welcoming the Sustainable Development Goal, which was launched 24th of September in 2015. I worked together amidst the orphans, the survivors, the widows and widowers of massacres in Balonyo. We raised the flag representing United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 16, which was peace and justice in Balonyo. As I talk now, we have the team of young people.
We cry, work and commit to peace in Africa.
In my opinion, the efforts by the Commonwealth to recognize the youth work, it's a huge motivation. Giving space to the young people, acknowledging that what they're doing is right, inspiring them to do more, creating the platform for their voices to be heard, is amazing success that is needed right now.